We've got an email question from James. If I have a cell phone provided by my employer, does that mean that the company has the right to monitor my calls and text and any pictures I have with the phone? So James, we don't know which area you're calling from, but let's go ahead and tee that up a little bit. So you have a cell phone which is provided by the employer, and the company, do they have a right to monitor that cell phone?
Yeah, so what this basically is always going to boil down to is whether or not you have a legitimate expectation of privacy in what is being monitored. If the employer is providing this and they're paying for it, then they absolutely are going to have the ability to monitor it.
Same way, let's say it's shopping time. Okay, Cyber Monday just came up. We know that people, even in our firm, we're probably utilizing the computers to do a little cyber shopping, things of that nature. As an employer, though, do we have a right to monitor that or maybe even cut it off completely?
Yeah, there's no legitimate expectation of privacy on your workplace computer. It's provided by the employer, and they can monitor it.
So if I'm, in a chit chat with my wife and I'm sitting there saying, hey, I can't believe how horrible a place this is to work, and I just I don't like it one bit, and that shows up on the boss's computer screen because they're monitoring it. There's no expectation of privacy at all, even though I'm talking with my wife?
No.
Oh my goodness. Well, folks, you're hearing some pretty stark things that are coming on here.
That's right.
What about the number of employees? Does it matter as far as the number of employees that are involved in a particular place for the federal protections and the state protections, or is it any employer if you've just got 1 or 2 employees versus 50 or 60 employees?
The number that resonates with most of the statutes requires that the employer have 15 or more employees in order to be jurisdictional. So, and that protects mom and pop employers. And that's just the general, that doesn't cover everything. But generally, as long as they have 15 or more employees, then they're jurisdictional for the anti-discrimination statutes.
So when you say the anti-discrimination statutes, you're talking about the illegal reasons.
The illegal reasons.
So what happens if somebody, say, got 5 employees, and again, in general terms, and let's just say there's racist comments that are being made, or you come in and there's something racist taped to the guy's computer and he's like, look, I can't take this anymore, and what happens in that situation?
There's generally no protection under the federal or the state statute. Now, some local governments and counties, like in Leon County, we have a local ordinance that provides protection if the employer has 5 or more employees. But under the state and federal law, there has to be 15 or more employees.
Oh my goodness. So you got to be careful who you're working for, it sounds like.
That is correct.
And then likewise who you hire as an employee.
That is absolutely correct.
Run both ways.